Okay. All right, so I am recording. Thank you once again, everybody, to join me today. This is basically a kind of overview of stage 3, and it will help especially those who are still thinking and who would probably be who are probably wondering, maybe you started, but you don't know where to go. So we'll talk about, I will just look at some differences between stage 2 and 3, and then I will go through the requirements to complete the stage, and we'll take a look at the assessment form, and I will show you some special features that you can do when you are taking stage 3. If you could kindly mute yourselves, I don't know who are not mute, so it's just to stop the extra noise. Thank you very much. Okay, so you know that you get a new course, the brand new course, when you start stage 2, and basically you start learning things. Especially you start with kind of giving access to the students, like enrolling, unenrolling, these things. For stage 3, unless you change your level, you don't get a new course. But if you are changing a level, like teaching CLB 5, you are going to CLB 6 or CLB 4, so you can ask your mentor to get a new course. Other than that, it is the same course, but you are using different things. I put this one classroom-centered or approach to blended learning or fully online learning because this is now applicable to both the stages, because it's either blended or fully online for all of us. For stage 2, we kind of just, it's just the first few steps. So we learn to make some content available to learners, like we learn how to show and hide things. While in stage 3, we learn more advanced features like restricting access, completion tracking, all those things. In stage 2, we basically look at the Moodle resources like file, page, URL, all those things. And stage 3, we look at also activity part of the Moodle, like assignments, games, Big Blue Button, hot potatoes, and a lot more. Here, we basically look at what is provided to us in the link courseware at that level. And for stage 3, we start creating advanced activities using Moodle features. I have a couple more differences. For communicating with the students, we look at messages, announcement in stage 2. And stage 3, you can create other things like blocks, with comment blocks, HTML blocks. You can add RSS feeds. Then stage 2 teaches us to add web links, files, all those. And stage 3 is more enhanced. You can add books, you can add content packages, all these things. And honestly speaking, I even haven't gotten time to use all of them yet. So stage 3 has a lot more to organize your course. Stage 2, if someone doesn't have a Tutela account, it helps us to create one and use one non-SCORM resource, while stage 3 would actually ask you to download and integrate one SCORM and or H5P activity. So basically, stage 2 teaches us the basic functions, while stage 3 gives you more freedom to be more creative. Yes, I know there are a lot of adventurous people who do try a lot of stage 3 activities, which are great. We see them a lot, even though you are in stage 2, a lot of you do that. But what happens if you are stuck, if you ask questions, um, sometimes as mentors, we may just kind of show you another way rather than answering them into detail, because we are just looking at basic stage 2 items. So there's little difference. Sometimes mentors may answer all of your detailed questions about assignment or quizzes, or sometimes they may just tell you, this is a stage 3 thing, you can get help in this part in Moodle, Avenue portal, but this is more stage 3. So I can see there are lots of beeps in the chat box. I'm sure Paul is taking care of them. Let's go kind of step by step. First thing, you get the welcome email. Please read through it carefully, because this email is quite self-explanatory about stage 3. So it talks about the stage 3 video, which is very important to watch, and it kind of guides us through. It talks about the assessment document, which is one most important part. Then it also talks about whether you should do blended part or the fully online part, because you don't have to do both. I'm sure, like me, other mentors also get assessment forms where instructors fill both the parts. It's not necessary. I mean, you can do it, but it's just time consuming, right? If you do both. Then the email also tells you that the stage 2-3 exemplar course is still there. You don't really have to do anything on stage 2-3 exemplar. It's just kind of shows you what you can do with different types of activities. So you can, go back and forth and check what something looks like or a certain activity. Then also the email has information about where you can find some reference documents about stage 3. It also tells us how long it takes, that is 4 months to complete stage 3. However, please do talk to your mentor if sometimes you cannot finish it in 4 months. LearnIT2 teach mentors are excellent. Yeah, including me. Yes, we do give some, of course, if you are stuck or if you want to come back, please talk to your mentor. I know they accommodate very well. Also, it tells us how long you should use it with your students, which is a minimum of 4 weeks. In this part, it gives more information about the activity guides, from which activity guide, how many activities you should do. I will talk about it in more details a little later. There is one necessary information here, which is not available on the stage 3 page yet. That is, your students must add an artifact to the e-portfolio, that is the binder. Now, I know for stage 1, like, CLB link 1 to students, it's difficult. In that case, at least you can upload something for them, or you can show them, practice will make it perfect. I know it is difficult, but you can try. If not, again, talk to your mentor. So after the email comes the video. Please watch it. The link is given in your email. Also, this is available in the LearnIT2teach YouTube page. Then comes the assessment document. This is kind of like the first step when you go in, when you open the stage 3 training page, download and save the document. And, kind of like start filling it in as you go. Or you can do it in the end, but the best idea just to save it. This is the document. It is under orientation and assessment overview block, or it's right under the general area, and then it comes under orientation assessment overview. For TESOL Ontario, there is a little difference. So TESOL Ontario members would first go to the general area to answer the question in this part. Once you answer the question with the stage 3 assessment document, the PTCT reflective statement report and the rubric will open for you. This is not available for others unless you are also a member of TESOL Ontario. Like, I do live in Saskatchewan, but because I completed my course from Humber, I am also a member of TESOL Ontario. So I had to do all those things to get my PTCT certificate. Okay. Now, I'm going to actually show you the little difference. I'm sorry, I don't know why I stopped sharing screen. Excuse me. There are some differences. I hope you can see that. So see, this is the blended learning and language training. So as I mentioned before, that you have to do either this or this, not both. So there is a very little difference. This is in the assessment task. So here you have 2 items that are compulsory. One, you have to complete this quiz with 80%. That will be pass score for you. And then second is you have to read this, and then you need to use this template for designing blended learning for blended learning and language training part. For fully online language training, you have 3 tasks. You have to take actually 2 quizzes here instead of 1 under this. And you still have to create the template. It is maybe slightly different than this, but not too different. So that's the only difference between these 2. So that means just remember, you don't have to do both, and just do one, whichever you like. It doesn't matter which one you are doing. Okay. So these are the only difference. Now let us look at the form, the assessment form, and go through it. Can you see the assessment form? Yeah, okay, thank you. Because I have so many things open in front of me, I'm not sure, so good. So as you know, you can see, I can just make it a little larger maybe. You can just, do this. Now, the exact name of your courseware, this is something, it is important for us because there are so many courses. It is very important. So where are you going to find the course name? It is the top part of your course. For example, you will see it right on top, like right under Avenue, the biggest name, that will be your name of the exact name of the courseware. So you can just copy and paste it here. And that will be kind of lifesaver for us, that we can go and, copy and paste and find the course quickly. These parts are okay. I have not found any issues here, but this is where, like, you just choose one, okay, either this or this. not both. Course management, you can definitely use all of them, but just talk about one of these functions, how it has helped you in this part. Then comes the next one with blocks. You can use more than one, but just talk about any two that you have used the most probably, or any two that you like and how it helped. Here comes blending learning by adding resources. Name and location of file. This is very important. Please do not copy and paste the link here, because the link sometimes doesn't work, and sometimes it opens in a different browser and it's it might create some problems. So the best way is, for example, I am going to show you my course page. I'm just going to give you example. What can you see now? Can you see my course? Someone?
Yes, looks good.
Thank you.
Yep.
So in the area of name and location of file, say for example, just, okay, maybe you have added something in the grammar activities. So just right here, grammar activities, that's kind of the location. And the name of the file, you can just say modal verbs review. That will be enough for us to find it, rather than giving the link there. And you can just write here, supports blended learning. There is another part that says supports blended learning. And press the wrong button again. Supports blended learning. So you explain here. So we have file, folder. So one thing here, my suggestion, please do not upload or show the ones that you uploaded in stage 2. Create something new, more updated. That will be good. For URL, there are sometimes some mistakes happen between URL and page. URL is just a website link, and page can contain website links or pictures or anything. So they need to be different. They are not the same. You can, of course, include URLs within a page, but you still have to put a link on your course page, like, a single link, so that we can see that you can do both. And label, I'm sure you know how to create a label, but this one requires a little updated than stage 2. You have to create the label either with audio or YouTube video. So this is something that's a little different than stage 2. Now comes more interesting activities. This is activity guide 1. I will give you how many activities are there, but first I'm just going to go through this one. You can create any 3 activities. Same way, write the name of the activity type. Say, as far as I remember, I think probably say choice. So you write choice, name of the activity, maybe it can be needs assessment, it can be choice of something else. You write the name of the activity, and again, same way, location in course, that is exactly under which topic area you have created this activity. Same goes for all of them. Activity 1, activity 2 guide. So from activity 1, we need 3 different types. Guide 2, we need just 1. You can definitely, once again, you can create more. And from 3 also, we need 1. Here again, did your students add an artifact to their portfolio? Yes or no? And if yes, what is the name of the activity? So we can go and check. And if not, again, please talk to your mentor. This part, I have never found any problems here. So just get a SCORM or H5P, same way, write which one you downloaded from Tutela and where it is uploaded. Okay, so basically this is the form. I'm gonna go back to my slideshow.
Cheyenne, this is fantastic. Thank you. If I could just interrupt to ask if
Yeah,
Karen's iPhone, if you could mute yourself, please. There's a lot of background noise coming from your device. That would be fantastic. Thank you.
thanks, Paul. So once more, a quick review of the assessment form. As I mentioned, fill out one option for blended or fully online. Exact name of your courseware is the top of your course page. Name and location of the activities. So the name of the activity and where it is placed, not links. Like, for example, tips for giving constructive criticism is the name of the activity. Where it is placed under resume, cover letter, and reference writing topic in my course. So I just took a example from my course. File, it can be any type of file. It can be Word or PDF or any. One is good for us. You can, again, please feel free to upload as many as you want to, but just give any one to us. Folder, create a folder and within that include some other files. So that means, once again, like URL and page. So, upload one single file and another folder. So not for within folder, don't give us the name of that file which is within the folder. Okay. Then comes,
Cheyenne, oh, I'm
yes,
sorry, Cheyenne. Thank
yeah,
you so much. This is really fantastic. If you click beside my name, you could make me the co-host, and then I
yeah,
can mute the microphones. There's a bunch of
sure, sure,
people
sure.
on. Thank you
I
so much.
I thought I did that, but oh wait, why where did you go, Paul?
Oh, I'm sorry. If I talk, I think
Oh,
I pop up.
yeah, just
Thank you. An
there you are.
excellent presentation. This is so clear. Thank you.
No, thank you. I thought I did that and then I definitely forgot. All right. So again, URL, a web link, not within a page, just to remind you. So, but a page can contain anything. And label, I already talked about the difference. It is different from stage 2. This one, in stage 2, the label can be just a picture or just a line even. But in stage 3, you can try to add a audio file or a video file in the label. Okay. As I mentioned, I will show how many out of 7 in activity guide 1 you can use any 3. So blog task using a page, a choice activity, excuse me, forum. Now this forum cannot be the same general discussion forum which comes with the course. With each course comes a general discussion forum. But for this forum activity, you need to create an individual forum where your students can actually post some discussions. You can create a glossary activity or questionnaire, and of course this is fun. You can use a voice recorder assignment or a wiki, any 3 out of 7. One thing to mention, which with each activity guide, the information is in about tagging an activity for ePortfolio is explained here. Just so all of you know, it is still the forum, assignment, and quizzes And H5Ps, I think sometimes they go and sometimes don't. I'm just talking from my experience. But the other three, definitely they move automatically once you tag them, they move to the binder. From activity guide 2, 1 out of 8 choices. So, have fun. You can create chat, can create games or hot potato activities or a database, H5P, big blue button, real-time quiz, read aloud. All these are excellent activities. And I'm sure you know that you just open the folder and all the instructions are within those folders. And for activity guide 3, here only 4, but any one out of these 4 you can create. So we have assignment, quiz, workshop, and lesson. Once again, don't forget to submit the template for designing, either online or blended, with your assessment form. When you are done, when you are sending this to your mentors, send both of them together, please. Then add a new discussion to post yours in the fully online and blended learning reflective discussion forum, which is at the top of the stage 3 training page. You have to add a new discussion. You can respond to others, of course, but we need your own discussion, that you go in and you click on the add a new discussion and you write your point of view. Then add a SCORM or H5P from Tutela. Also, don't forget to contribute to the best practice database that comes towards the end of the stage 3 training. So we also look at this too. Okay, now as I mentioned before, I'm going to show you these items using my course. So viewing participant details, reports, completion tracking, grades, and I have already mentioned it. In the binder, forums, quizzes, assignments move automatically, and you can upload most of the types of file now: Word, PowerPoint, Excel, PDF, MP3, pictures, or anything, almost anything. So I will show you, go back to my course page. And first, participant details. So to check who are there, you go to participants, click on participants, and here are your students. Now I want to see the report of one certain student. For example, I'm just clicking one of my real students so that you can actually see. I will show you my own reports as a student, but you will see the difference then, that as a teacher, I'm not really doing anything because I'm just checking. I have a student account, but I'm just checking. So when you are in the, when you click the name, you see their details here. So everything is here, all the information, their emails and stuff. Now you want to check their everyday log, or you want to see their reports. Now I will show you both the differences between outline and complete. These are great to keep track of your students, what they're doing. This is outline report, which kind of tells you how many views, when they last viewed them. And say, for example, at this point, I am teaching commercial services and business. And I can see in just a quick overview that, okay, this person completed all the SCORMs, and I can check the grades. And also I can see that, okay, this person also posted the forum, did whatever was necessary. But what it doesn't show is the details information, which I'm going to get in the complete one. So I'm going back to this person's report, and now I'm going to click on complete report. And you see the difference. Now it actually tells no post. See, the look is also different now. I'm again going to go see this. Now I can see, okay, I give them an activity that they have to add some words. So this person added 2 words in their class dictionary. Then I can go to the topic that I'm teaching. See, this is longer. It takes longer. So I'll just scroll down to the, okay, this is, no, not the topic. As you can see, the scores are really, you can see the grade, but it also gives you so little detail when accessed, when completed, and all the little details. So I don't need those, but I need this one for a quick check to quickly access their assignment, quickly access their forum post. I don't have to always go through that forum to see. And this is helpful to for students like who that are not very engaged in class. So you can just click on their name and you can go and you can check what they're actually doing. So see, I can see the assignment, I can see the choice they made, I can see their forum. So you can understand, of course I chose one of the best students. So this is how we can check their complete and or outline report. Now I'm going to actually show you the grades overview because there are a couple ways to check grades. What I like, I click here and see this one is showing overall grade in my course. I don't want that. I want all the grades that this person has achieved. So I'm going to click on user report too, because see, it shows overview. So I'm just going to click on user report. However, now it is changed to my course, my grade. So I will just select one user from here. I'm going to choose the same person. And now I can see all the grades. These ones are open, but they didn't do it, so you can see. Now see, you can see the grades all here. All the grades are here, which is great. Also, my, excuse me, also my feedback here. See, everything is here. So you can check that way as well. This is user report. Once you go to grades, you select the user report and then you select the person. Okay, so one more thing I would like you to show is completion tracking. So I talked about reports, viewing participant details, and now, as you can see, actually, I have completion tracking here beside my topic area because I set it up like that. And also I have these little boxes which track whether they have completed it or not. So I will actually go to my present course, which present topic, that is commercial services and business. See, here it is. Okay. And then these are checking the completion. Now, because I am logged in here as a teacher, so it's not showing anything because I did not try any of those activities. But you can see here, Canadian culture, I tried a couple, so it shows the completion activity tracking. So, but for that, you have to set up completion tracking for all the activities that you are setting up. Okay. Now, I am just gonna go back to my slide. And I think I got a couple of questions. I'm kind of to the end. So how long to complete stage three? It's 4 months. I talked about it already. Talk to your mentor if you require more time, just in case. Um, badges. Someone asked how they can use badges for course completion. For link classes, for course completion, I don't think it's a good idea because I'm sure most of the link classes get continuous intake. So it is difficult, right? But I use it for certain activities and it works really great. Blocks, we have another webinar on 19th. There I will be talking about some blocks. And also John actually talked about blocks in effective course design too. So you can go and take a look at that also. Some of you asked whether Avenue is possible to create assessments. Of course, I create all the assessments now on Avenue. I use forums, quizzes, assignments, H5Ps, SCORMs, everything for assessment. And I use restrict access to, by setting up the conditions when they can open, how many times can they take one quiz, and so on. So, of course, assessments are possible. So basically, that's all I have. Now, if there are questions, I would love to take the questions.
Thank you, Cheyenne. There is one outstanding in the chat. I'm wondering how you got the activity completion. What was it there? The tracking bar at the top of the section. If
Oh,
you could go
okay.
back to your course, we could take a look at that.
Sure, sure.
I'm not really sure. I just said in the chat that I missed it. Was it in a block, maybe? I'm not sure.
Do you mean the block? I mean, not the block, like this one?
Oh, yes, I think that's what they were talking about. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So this is how I set up the course setting, which is from here. I go to action menu, edit settings, and then the course format. You choose collapsible topics format, and you have to choose this one, section progress bar, display a progress bar for each section. Now, this is only possible for collapsible topics format. I tried others. This option does not appear for them. So you choose collapsible topics format and display progress bar for each section. So that progress bar are the little pretty blue bars that check their completion tracking, kind of. But at the same time, you also have to add the completion tracking, what is that called, that option when you are setting the activity, so that there is that little box. Either they can do it manually or you can set it up so that it automatically checks off when they complete a task. I hope that answered the question.
That was excellent.
Valerie,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Another question came in before that. The other day, I edited a few activities from the new PBLA modules, and that's great to remind teachers that you can edit the activities in their course.
Mm-hmm.
Could we edit the existing EduLink forms? We've never tried that, but it would be awesome. Cheyenne, would you like to answer that?
Sorry, say again. Could we edit the existing
The
EduLink?
SCORM, the SCORM packages?
Um, well, that is kind of time consuming, I would say, that because you kind of have to create the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so you have to download the, hot potato, and then you have to
The
download
trick
that
is,
one. It is very time consuming, like
and they can't
no,
be
I would
taken
say.
apart backwards. Yeah, no. If I may, Cheyenne, if it's okay,
Please
I've
go
answered
ahead,
that
Paul. Please.
few times on the live help too. If you want to do that, the best thing to do is open the SCORM package and then copy and paste or take screenshots or download the audio, and as Cheyenne said, just rebuild it and then make the changes you want to make. Form packages have been processed by the masher, and so you can't actually reverse engineer them. You need
Mm,
the source files.
yes.
And the source files are spread out across Canada on mentors' computers who made them. So that's a tricky one. But let's carry on. Shabana asked a great question. My students can remove or edit an assignment after submission. Is there a way not to give them permission to edit or remove it as their assessment, as it is their assessment? So they've done their
They
submission,
cannot.
and it sounds like,
I sorry, Paul, I just cut in. I don't know why.
oh,
Sorry
please
about that.
do.
They cannot edit or remove. You can go to assignment and you can just click there that there is that option that will actually stop them from editing after one. You just well, I think I have to show.
Can I explain, Cheyenne? I have given
Yes.
them a Poodle assignment for like speaking assessment, and they have submitted it. Now, when I go into I have already graded it, but when
Mhm.
I go into my student's account, I log in with her password and her ID. I can see that she's getting an option to edit or remove. So sometimes one of my students, what she did, she listened to it and she had mistakes, so she deleted it and she uh, uh, did it again. But I had the recording with me also. But what is the option where they cannot edit or delete if they have already submitted a poodle, for example?
Okay, I'm sure you can see my classroom right now, right? I am still sharing. So I just want to quickly check what you are saying because there is still, so there was an assessment. So, okay, so for example, this one. See, I cannot even open it, assignment, because it's restricted with the time. So I cannot go in and change anything as a student. See, it's not letting me. So do you mean the student can go in? So if you restrict access, they shouldn't be able to.
Student can go in after they're done. Like they had the speaking test on Thursday,
Mhm.
and I marked it on Friday. Now, when I go back into their account and I see and a student opens it, they can look at it as a edit and or remove also. So they can remove or edit also.
At this point, I have nothing open or the one that is open. The open ones, still let me check. So, okay, say I add a submission and something, and it's not letting me. If I record, I don't know, it's not happening anything probably. Yeah, it's not taking my recording. So I will have to check unless Paul can give any response. I'll have to actually check.
Thanks, Cheyenne. And yes, someone, a teacher, Milka, commented as well. In the settings when you set up the assignment,
Hmm.
there are options for submit assignment options, and in that area of the settings in the assignment, you can choose to allow them to open it again or not. And so I would suggest that the teacher checks their assignment settings and take a look at the submission settings to make sure that they are the way you want them to be.
Yeah,
Because you
that
can set them up to have it be a final submission, and then they can't change it at that time.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like you go to edit
Yep,
settings.
there
So
you go.
either, I mean, there are as one simple way is they cannot go after the time is up or after they submit. Like you see, I have uh, put the availability, allow from and due date, and then also uh, there is online, and this is Poodle, so feedback type. Yeah, here. See, request students to click submission request to accept attempts reopened, never, or uh, what is the other thing called manually. You can do that. Manually is a good idea if you keep it, if you want to open it sometimes for some other student, otherwise it's difficult. But submission settings, if it is there, I think so far, nobody has been able to change mine. So I did not notice it. I just, it just closes after that certain time. So, but yeah, Milka is right that we can do that in the settings.
Thank you very much. There was another question from Larry, and I didn't really understand. Can groups be separated in the register or ladder up? Larry, if you're out there and you want to clarify.
Yeah, I'm right here. Yeah, maybe Cheyenne, you remember because you just looked at my package. I have a number of groups that I teach and work with. And so when I found when I clicked on the register or ladder up, it had all the groups mixed together. Is there a way to separate them so that, for example, I just have one group that'll be in my ladder up window? You know how you set
What do you mean by
restrictions?
ladder up window? Do you mean?
A ladder up activity in the block, you can, where they get points
Oh, the level up.
on their level up. I'm sorry, level up. My mistake. Now, is there a way to put on restrictions, group restrictions within those activities? I couldn't see of one. And if you can't think of one off the top of your head, that's fine.
I can't because honestly speaking, I don't use the level up. So I should
Okay,
not
what
see
about the
something that
register?
I don't use.
Where you can track the last time that they were logged in? Is there a
Yeah,
way
but
to
I
put
don't know. I
restrictions?
don't know whether you can do it in the level up block because as far as I understand, with the level up, it is just individual, right? Whatever a student is doing, that student is moving up a level. It doesn't.
Yes, it shows all the students
Yeah,
in
yeah,
all my groups together. That's the problem, but okay.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like that level up block probably won't be able to group.
All right. Yeah, I'm thinking the same. Okay, thanks.
Someone asked here, is corn created with hot potato? Yes, actually. And then you will have to kind of mash to make it a whole package. Otherwise, the hot potatoes will be just separate activities. You'll have to mash.
Cheyenne, if you don't mind, can I share my screen and show you what I can see from my student? If we have time.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I have time.
Okay.
We have time. You can probably be able to share.
Okay. So this is my student's account. I logged into my student's account. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
So this is, I have already graded it, and she can, as a student, she can edit or remove. And when I go to my account, this is my settings of this particular task. Let me bring it back here. And it's already no, no, and never. So one
Interesting.
of my students, what she did, she went in there after the task because I told them I do a self-assessment. Now listen to yourself and write a comment. What were your mistakes? So she listened to herself and she had quite a few mistakes. So she
She just
removed the
did it.
submission. And I was like, thanks God, I was recording them on my phone also at the same time. So I have the original audio with me. But I was thinking there is a way that they, after they're submitted, they should not be able to. And this is an assignment.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I can
Yeah.
see that. I don't know whether you can change it now because it's already submitted,
Yeah.
because it doesn't always allow you, right?
Yeah.
But uh, you can set up the, also Kiju, you is saying the same thing. You can set up the attempt number and how many times. Well, how many times is probably only available in quizzes as far as I remember.
Yeah.
But attempt once, then they should not be able to edit and
Yeah,
remove.
so these are my settings as a teacher account, and so group sub in the submission settings.
No. Anything, Paul? I mean, honestly speaking, I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, I never knew that that could. I always had the concept that when they have submitted, then they have submitted, I will grade it. And but yesterday, because it was, I told them, listen to yourself and do your self-assessment. And one of them deleted, and I'm like, oh my God, what happened here? And she but it was a dialogue with me together. So because she shared a screen and we were talking on the screen, and she was recording us at the same time. So
Mm.
then she deleted and she said, teacher, I said, I'm sorry, I cannot do it again with you, because but I had it on my phone also. So then I sent it to her on WhatsApp, and I told her, go again and record it, play your phone and record it and submit it again. So she did it again, but it was a big process we had to go through.
Hmm.
Uh, two suggestions, if I may. You could add a cutoff date once the submissions are done, and so no more submissions can be made. And you can also require them to click the submit button. I think that might be the missing step here because you don't have that selected. It said no and no for
Okay.
require students to click submit. And
Okay.
if they never click submit, then they haven't ever really submitted, so they can still
Yeah.
edit it. So I think that might be a solution. I'd also like to throw out there this is a great one for live help. If
Yeah.
you want to
I
come to
tried. Yeah.
LearnIT2teach.ca, mentors can sign into your course and look at these issues with you. It's
Okay.
much easier. We're trying to kind of watch the screen as you're scrolling around, and it's very difficult to diagnose in this particular forum. So I would suggest coming to live help. You can take a look at the assignment with you and find out what's really going on.
Okay. Yeah. Because I intentionally didn't put the submit button over there, because then it's another step for the technology step which they have to deal with. That's why I didn't have that, but I can try that maybe next time. Thank you.
The cutoff date may be a better option then.
Yeah, I have a cutoff date.
I don't think you did actually, but
Actually, let me
again,
see.
we'd have to look closer. Cheyenne, I didn't see much more from the chat in terms of questions.
Yeah, I don't have a cutoff date. I have a due date.
Yeah,
Yeah.
different.
Okay.
So try the cutoff date. That might
Okay.
solve the problem.
Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
there's a
will
new
take a
message.
look at it, Shabana, and I will get back to, because I honestly, I mean, I have not faced this situation, so I am not aware of it. But it's a good idea that you told us. So I think everybody will be now careful while they are creating their assignments.
It's
Well,
a great
Shurabi says
point.
something about lock submission, but that's only after they submit, right? That is possible after, that is another way. Yes. Once everybody submitted, you can just click on the names, and then at the bottom, you can just say lock submission. They won't be able to submit anymore.
Okay.
Are there any other questions that we are missing?
I think we've covered them all in the chat there. If anyone else has a question, it would be a great time to type it now or to ask.
I have one more question.
Go ahead.
For when we update, for example, because I'm also in a learning process with e-portfolios, when I update something, for example, graded it, but then updated my comments in there or something, it updates and I can see it has been updated. But on my e-portfolio side as a teacher, I have 3 documents now, updated 6 days ago, updated 8 days ago, the same document. And for a student, they can see only one. That's what I tried to figure out. So as a teacher, if I delete the old one, like that was updated 8 days ago, and now the latest one is the 6 days ago, will it create any problem, or I can delete the?
I am not very sure about binders yet,
Okay.
because this thing is still, under construction, and things are still getting there. So I think if you post this question, Jim might probably be the best person to answer that.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. If nobody else has any other questions, complete stage. Yeah, I think Nala, I have already mentioned that you can talk to your mentor, and depending on the situation, you can get some more time, I'm sure.
We are very understanding. Yeah. I noticed someone had unmuted. Dennis, did you have a question, or anyone else with a question? This is the moment. Cheyenne's here. She's ready to answer.
And Paul too.
Yeah, happy to help. Happy to help if we can.
It doesn't.
Can yeah. Can I just ask you one thing by showing what I have done in my assessment? I did create a rubric, the same writing one, speaking one. What I did, I copy pasted this in my comment box with the holistic and everything. I wrote my comments, and then that's fine. Instead of creating rubrics, I can just use it as like this.
I think it's your choice, it's totally your choice. It doesn't matter how you are doing it. For some assignments, I do go into that much detail and create a rubric, and for some, I just do the same you are doing, copy and paste.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
It's up to you and your program, I guess.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. It does not look like that we have any more questions. So in that case, I am going to stop recording.